question. Now, this is a recipe for making rice in my rice cooker. Basically, the ratio is 2 cups of rice to every 1 cup of water. Notice I am not reducing this. I'm not saying it's just 2. A ratio is basically a fraction that you keep a fraction. You don't put it as one number. What this means is if I use 2 cups of rice, I'm going to use 1 cup of water. So, with that being said, if I use 4 cups of rice, well, that's 2 times 2, so I should also multiply the 1 cup of water by 2. And there we go. And I can check it. 4 and 2 can be reduced to 2 over 1. And that's how ratios work in general. It's basically, you just keep the same multiples each time. Now, suppose the question was, I want to fill up my rice pot, which can take 6 cups total. How much water would I use? This is a little bit different because I need to find out how much total cups I'm originally using. So let's do that. I know my proportion will always be 2 fractions equal to each other. Well, what I want is water for 6 cups total. And since I've said before, the most important thing is you need to make sure that these units are the same. And this left one is going to be my original. So originally, I had 1 cup of water, but what was my total? Well, my total would just be me adding together my ratio. I used 2 cups of rice and 1 cup of water to get a total of 3 cups. And then I would just do cross multiplication. 1 times 6 divided by 3. And that would just give me 2. I would need 2 cups of water for a total of a 6 cup recipe. And another way you might see is you might look at something along the lines of, in my class, I have 3 girls. Actually, let's make it a little bit more realistic. In my class, I have 18 girls and 4 boys. This is my ratio. Girls and boys are different things, so I'm not going to reduce this fraction to one single number. But I can simplify this fraction. Well, 14 and 8 can easily both be divided by 2. So that's going to give me 9 over 2. Every 9 girls I count, I'm going to have 2 boys. Now, assume that I want to compare it to Mr. Elliott's class. I know that he has 27 girls. So if we have the same rate, I want to figure out how many boys he has. Same thing, cross multiplication. 2 times 27 divided by 9. It doesn't matter where your numbers are. It's always the 2 diagonal numbers multiplied divided by the last one. So 2 times 27 over 9. If you don't want to do the whole 2 times 27, you could do this little trick here. 9 goes into 27 3 times. So 27 divided by 9 is 3. So I have 2 times 3, which is 6. So he should have 6 boys. But in that same aspect, what happens if he has a total of 30 students? And I'm trying to figure out how many boys he has. Well, I have 2 boys and a total of 9 plus 2, which is 11 students. I'm going to change this number a little bit just because we don't need half a guy. So I'd cross multiply. 2 times 33 divided by 11. Again, 33 divided by 11, that's just 3. So he should have 6 boys. And what do you know? In this other ratio, 27 plus 6 is also 33. So I know that I'm all added up. And those are the two different types of proportions. You're either going to deal with simple proportions, where you're comparing two different types of, let's just call it ingredients, and total proportions, where it's an ingredient in the total that you're comparing to another ingredient in the total.